which means though we don't have an audience yet.
Huzzah!
Well, we're all here.
For the very first time since we started doing this, we are all together in the same room, like D&D is supposed to be played.
Yeah.
We'll see all your actual faces.
If you've never played D&D in person, you're missing out. It really is the way it should be played.
Yeah. There's an energy
Drinks
to it.
and food and all kinds of
Yeah.
fun things.
Cheers.
So if we get a little raucous, sorry.
You'll enjoy every
Sorry,
second.
not sorry.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Everybody just like pass the cheers.
Always around.
Cheers. What's your
Cheers.
cheers?
Cheers.
Secret guest star.
Behind. Yes. We do have a secret guest today.
Who will be
Sure is.
showing himself
Never.
eventually, maybe.
No.
Hey, somebody spilled it already. It's no, I'm just, stuff.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna rein in this herd of cats, and I'm gonna say when last we were together, Altana had left the party to go try and find a wagon, ostensibly from her group of clerics that she had just split off from to join the party, so that the components, and all of these injured beings could be transported more easily and more safely. While she was gone, some things happened. We got attacked by boars. There was a lot of inter-party conflict over the components. Cross behaved very out of character for himself, which has everybody very curious as to what caused that. But what we're going to start with today is...
Nobody saw anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, was he nice? We don't know.
We're not sure.
He cares about something and we don't know why.
At the end of that, that party, the miasma caught up to them, and everybody but Altana ran. And so once we get done with that part, we'll be going back to where you guys ran to. Okay? All right, Altana, you have left the party. You're on the road, heading towards where you're pretty sure the cleric troop was going. What do you do?
Loudly, I'm looking for them. I'm looking for signs of which way they went. I'm trying to find them.
Roll me, I'm sorry. I'm eating cookies. Come on, cookies are important. Roll me a survival check for tracking.
Hey, it's a 15.
It's a what?
It's a 15 as a survival check. That's plus 7, 22.
I can actually hear you just fine. All right, what you do notice is that, as you expected, the tracks from the party of wagons, they're fairly fresh, they're fairly deep, so it's pretty easy to follow them as they head east down this road. They have not gone off the road, they're pretty much following that. Makes it pretty easy to go catch up to them.
Okay, and so I'm continuing.
Yeah, you keep running?
Keep
All
running.
right, so you run, and because wagons are slow and a running cleric is not, after about an hour and a half of running, walking,
Mostly running.
you do finally actually catch up to them. When you get to the wagons, they're actually not moving. There seems to be some sort of an altercation going on in the center of the thing, with the group of clerics clustered around, discussing something in the middle.
So I go in and I look for the Mother Superior.
For the head mother?
For the head mother.
All right. She is actually not with the group of clerics that are there arguing. She is actually not where you can't see her. She could be inside her wagon. She could be taking a leak. Who knows?
So I want to find her. I'm gonna try to find her without being detected by the rest of the arguing clerics.
Okay. Well, what you could do is go up to the outside of, because it is a series of wagons.
Uh-huh.
Go. You know which wagon is hers.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You can kind of go up on the outside edge of that wagon
Right.
and peek inside if you are so inclined.
And that is what I'm doing.
Okay. You roll me a stealth check.
That's a 2
Don't believe that.
plus 0. I'm not very stealthy.
No, you're not very stealthy. But they're all pretty busy arguing about something. So you get around there and it doesn't, nobody's acting like they saw you. And you peek in, and sure enough, the head mother's right there and she's looking right at you. She clearly heard you coming.
What with me being not very stealthy and all.
exactly.
All right. And so I approach her and say, head mother, I need a wagon. And so I want I want to persuade her to give me
Okay.
a wagon.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Is that a 6 or 9?
That's a 6.
That's 8.
Okay.
14.
She's just looking at you with that look that you just probably don't like very much because she is your superior in the order.
Yeah.
And she's she leans forward and she says, "You should know by now that doesn't work on me. I'm ashamed of you. You could have done better at persuading. What do you need a wagon for?"
And I say, head mother, you should know by now that there is something going on outside of this camp. I trust in your intelligence and you can see what is happening. And I have found some that I need to care for. I have found people I need to care for. And if I can take a wagon, I can get them to safety.
All right. And are these people important enough that you could take a wagon from these clerics of Brinbran? Right there at the moment, the argument gets very loud. Is, well, it wasn't what you wanted, it's what I wanted. And it's like, and you have a feeling you know exactly what they're talking about. That this is an interpersonal conflict that's happened a lot.
Right.
Head mother gets a very pained expression and says, "Take a wagon. I can leave them behind."
Thank you. And when this is resolved, I will be back to make sure you are all safe as well.
Thank you. But we are, as you requested, running from that green light. I don't know if you'll be able to catch up to us.
All right.
Go with Brinbran.
Goodbye. Head mother, Brinban be with you also.
She leans out of the wagon. She stands up and leans out of the wagon, and with every inch of gravitas in her says, "Give Altana a wagon and shut up." She leans back in, and instantly and out of sight. And instantly the other clerics are like, "Oh," and this is, "Why does she get a wagon? I want my own wagon. Why does it?" And it starts all over again. You know how people are. But the guards unhook one of the wagons and bring it over to you. They look pained and they're like, "Do you have any cotton?"
We need cotton?
Yes.
Oh, Brinbran, give you patience, my friends. Good night.
Good night. And you have a wagon and 2 horses to pull it.
All right.
Hold please protect. Okay.
This is going to get very frustrating.
Be in character
I'll-
and hold it.
Great.
Is that really making that much of a
That's exactly what
I could hear you fine.
And it's an omnidirectional microphone, so it should be fine in the middle.
Yeah,
And now there's a
I
little
just
cover where my
figured that for that one, since it was just you two, it was
Uh-huh.
easier to just do that one.
We are back.
And it was also quite funny. They got all right. So you start heading back. It takes, because you ran and the wagon's not quite as fast as you're running, it takes about another 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get back to where you left the party. Of course, they're not there, but you said you would catch up. But you're not really sure which direction they went. You know that they were kind of heading south,
Uh-huh.
but that's really all you know.
Right. And is it light out right now or is it dark?
Oh, it's still daytime.
It's daytime.
Yeah, it's probably getting on right now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Uh-huh. And so I know I can go south. So
You can also roll a survival check to see if you can see their tracks.
yes, let me do that.
You'll never find me.
Oh, that is an 18. Plus 7.
No.
Oh, damn.
That's a 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cleric out here in the wilderness all by herself with the wagon, you get down and you're looking at the road and you're just like, what the hell? And you feel the Brand smiles on you, that warmth in your heart, that warmth in your loins that's just uniquely Brand's, and you know they went that.
Warmth in your loins.
Wow. That's my God.
Oh,
Right.
That's my God.
Talking genitals
Force of her
first.
life.
Yeah, you're not guided by anything else. It's just genitals forward, like.
Yes.
It's really funny. Just like, no, this
She's
first.
like, oh, this is first.
I feel like that's the way the dudes do it. We do it tits out. Like,
That's good, but we just follow our boobs.
See, this would be a lot better for the audience if everybody else could see what you guys are doing. There's
We'll
a lot
just
of
have to
moves and
imagine
groin
it.
thrusting going on right here.
D&D is
I'm
80%
so
imagination.
So
I'm
I'm
not 20%,
back on
it's
to
just
the
sexual innuendo.
Back on the trail.
and back on the trail to
And
find
you're going to
him.
go another couple of hours. You know, basically as long as you were gone, you
Uh-huh.
keep traveling, and you're kind of following. You can see they're broken, but they're not sneaky with all of these components. Clearly, it's like there's branches. There's things. There's
jerky.
Yeah, no, I think that none of that made it out away from her mouth.
I shared.
But after about another 3 hours, so it's starting to get kind of towards evening now when you finally catch up with them. All right, the party. I'm gonna kind of. You were running, all of you, from the miasma that you saw coming with the small rodents and stuff, and Big Hell kept you running in the right direction towards the ruins. You know, as you're going more south, which means you've been paralleling, and so there have been a few moments where you were like, okay, we can stop. Oh no, we can't. As you see some of the dead plants and stuff from the smaller animals that have been turned that are moving faster than the bigger ones. But finally, you get to a place where the swamp is just so swampy and so filled with muck that it looks like anything that tried to get through here would have a hard time. It would take, they have to get the luck of hitting certain paths and stuff. And there's no sign of miasma in this case. But it is starting to get dark. And so that's when you actually seem to be stopping and pulling up for camp. Everybody roll me a perception check.
That's swamp. A swampy swamp. A swamp.
Yeah,
That
not
swamps.
just a regular
Swampy.
regular swamp.
You're
Not a forest swamp.
I think I rolled my first fat one.
you said perception, right?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
17.
Cross is way too annoyed with the fact that he got blood all over the child.
Aw.
I got a nat 3 plus 3, so I got 6 total.
All right.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm
everybody
at 13.
I got an 8. I'm super tired.
It's cool. It's just a perception check.
It's all you.
Orchelia.
17 and
So our orc is sitting there bemoaning the fact that these boots, they look really pretty, but they were not for running through swamps.
They're certainly not for swamps.
Yep,
Also, are we
um,
really camping here? Because it's wet, it's gross. I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, and God knows what's happening to your musical instrument and stuff. But you wait, there's some cracking. Something's coming.
Everybody hide? I don't know. How do we hide in a swamp? There's a person coming. I guess at arms? What do we do? Or Emil, Cross?
I'm in the way.
we're like
Cross is
holding-
way too busy like wiping blood off the child, like to even notice what the hell's going on.
All right, Cross is putting it down.
I rolled a 6 total, so I'm like looking around like, what are you?
There's somebody coming.
Where?
Don't you hear it on the wind?
No, I hear nothing. Where's the pub?
Wow, dude. Wow.
Big Hell rolled a 19 plus 12. And she goes, well, Fink, it's that wagon you were talking about.
Great, but we don't have to stay in a swamp.
Well, we do have to stay in the swamp, but now we'll have to carry a wagon through the swamp. That'd be great. Huzzah. And that's
Cross
what you
Cross
enter
looks
the
up
camp
at
to.
carry a wagon. What?
That's all you, bro.
What?
Listen, these boots were not made for walking.
Darkness is riding up, and the cart is going slower and slower
She's
and
tired.
slower. Well, because the swamp is getting swampier and swampier.
So there is a wagon. It's a covered wagon and two horses. And at the front of the wagon, handily riding the two horses, who knew that a cleric of Brandbrand would know how to do this, is
Clearly, Claris and
Darkness.
Brandbrand know how to ride.
Yes.
I would love to give you an inspiration.
Point of inspiration to a cross. No.
Like 1 foot on each horse. With a reins each one each.
okay. And the wagon comes to a halt towards the center of the group of you where you're finally stopping. The components actually kind of bulk a little bit. They kind of jump out of the way because like they're afraid of the wagon, like they've not really seen something like that, or maybe they did see something and that brought them into component land, or who knows, but they don't seem to like it. Big Hell's just looking at you like, you all think this is going to be nice. Wagons are not great in war, just saying.
Meanwhile, Penny's over there, like digging her feet into the mud, just
Just like wiggling your toes.
wiggling
just like,
her toes. Yeah, exactly. Like when you first get on the beach or into the mud for the first time, and you're just like squish.
Okay.
Squish. Yes.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's not a happy swamp.
Oh.
Well, it should be a happy
Wait,
spot.
are we US's?
We'll try this.
Roll this usual size.
I don't believe they exist.
60?
Hey.
Or was that with your bonuses?
Yes.
Okay. You fail. And all of a sudden, is anybody looking at Penny? Or you're all looking at the wagon, right?
Yeah.
I
well,
mean,
everybody
any other
roll me?
time I would be. But...
Everybody roll me a perception check.
all right. I
Oh,
think
no.
I can see her because they're looking
Wow,
at
that's a
me.
net bad.
Come on.
13.
18.
I'm just trying to
No,
figure
17.
out
I got
how
all
to
that.
stand on top of two horses at the same time.
Well,
19.
tomorrow.
Thanks.
she's also got a bow.
Okay. You're not paying attention to the wagon, so you're one of the ones turned away from that, and you're dabbing at the child and stuff, and all of a sudden, where Penny was is now a possum.
Where Penny was
What?
is now a possum.
I'm very
Penny, you're a possum, but you're also Penny.
Can you
You're
freak
paying
out?
for
Can you freak out so we all notice? Like,
Or at
This
least say
feels-
something.
I'm like,
don't just.
he's like trying to figure out like really trying to figure this out. Like what the hell
like
just
when you
happened?
stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like when I stealth, I'm like, this has never happened. Like I've never not seen where someone's gone.
Yeah, and then you suddenly see this possum starting to roll in the mud,
Oh no.
like, and then it gets up and it like shakes off, and it looks around, and then it starts coming towards you guys. This little possum.
And then paf, it's Penny again.
Oh, honey, you're always
Oh,
covered in mud. I can
right,
believe you
that
do.
was-
I'm still covered in mud.
And I never saw you wear a possum, so you just like became
That-
covered in mud.
guys,
And then I
that
shake.
was she just. Did you? Anybody else just see that?
Did I see it? I
Did
rolled
we
a
see
seven- a
wolves?
16,
Yes.
and I was
yeah,
not
'cause you're-
looking
you're
at the wagon.
playing it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So I come back over to you guys while you're staring.
Penny was
Well,
just.
Did you see that?
She just turned into a possum and then wasn't a possum anymore.
Where are you hiding the meat?
I
Get me
shake all the
over
mud
now.
off on you guys.
No, no,
Can you
me.
stop thinking about getting drunk for just 1 second?
Listen,
What?
it's been a few days.
Can I slap him?
I'll scoop up some of the muddy water and hold it up to him like.
No, your dexterity is
water.
No.
You want
Can I
your
defend?
thirsty?
Can I defend?
It's an
You're
attack.
thirsty?
Yeah.
19 plus.
Oh,
It's an unarmed
yes!
strike.
Now I'm
Right?
about to get
19
slapped.
plus 5.
Okay, what's your AC?
And
No, what's your AC?
Oh, my AC. Oh, armor class is 20.
That's a 24.
Ow!
so
You're
Yeah,
getting good and slapped.
Ow! What?
Just
Get
like,
your head out of
just
the
like,
mud.
"Shh. Can you just focus on it for 1 second then? I'm not in Cross's voice. This is not correct.
So that you have to be
I gotta get into that. How you doing there, last? Oh, there we go. No. What? Get your fucking mind on the freaking. She just turned into a possum, and it wasn't a possum. There's something going on here.
Ophelia, have you seen her change shape before?
I'm gonna start like putting mud on my face, seeing if it works again.
Listen, everybody. We've got a lot of magical shit going on. I fully believe you guys saw some shit. We will deal with that later. In the meantime, stop slapping people. Stop trying to get drunk. Everybody move a goddamn
I
wagon.
slap Orkelia.
I slap him right back. Oh, I slap him right back.
No, Mom and Dad are fighting.
16 plus 5.
Okay.
All right, well, then you slap me, but then I also slap you back. Oh, shit, what am I adding to that?
You
Strength.
look unarmed strike.
Yeah, it's an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strength is 18. What's your AC?
While they're
18.
working out
So I
their
slap
sexual
So
Just barely.
Bitch, if you're gonna slap me, I'm gonna slap back.
It's like the Rocky movie when like you punch and get punched at the same time.
I'm just like, can you all just fucking focus?
I'm telling everybody to focus. You stop telling people to focus.
this is what you walk in on. Are
Well,
those of you not involved in slap fights?
as I'm
Still
still
standing
standing
on
on
top of the
perception
horses.
check. Okay.
Not involved in slap.
Oh shit, that's a 1. Those of you involved in a slap fight?
23.
You're distracted.
Can it please just have devolved
I
into
just
one
got
of
Yes,
these?
you guys were just
slap
like,
back.
stop it, pay attention. Can you guys focus? Focus.
Penny's like pulling on her
The entertainment is going on here.
I got a 23.
Orkelia
Exactly.
and
I'm
Cross are just going back and forth with slaps.
No,
It's
it's
just
this.
like-
And he's just like,
So,
but she doesn't notice this.
so nobody rolled over like a 17, right?
No, I rolled a 23.
Okay, so
Well, I didn't
Penny.
roll, but I got a 23.
you notice this. Big Hell moves very slowly kind of towards the edge of the camp and leans back and whispers, "Are you sure you want to work with these people? They're kind of crazy."
Had to have been crazy to get this far in these lands.
Well, I suppose that's a good point. All right, well, come on in. Have some pig meat with us.
I'll never turn down some pig meat.
Says a voice at the edge of the camp by Big Hell.
We're still slapped.
We're just like looks away for a second, starts getting stuff. I'm trying to fucking like.
And a stranger walks into the camp. Okay, describe yourself.
Yeah, describe yourself.
I am George Eyes Bidoof.
That's literally Cross's reaction. Just
All of our reactions.
Everyone reacts that way. It's always the Bidoof, never the eyes. What I would like to know is what such a ragtag bunch of motley-looking travelers such as yourself is doing in a place like this. Humans, orcs, and what's this?
I'll go over to you and like start pulling on your hair.
Okay, and you will need to, when you look at her, roll me a Constitution save.
Oh yeah.
Heads up, we're in
Because she looks
comments that
terrible,
we're
and I'll
being very
describe
quiet.
what the party
Okay.
looks like here to you.
Speak.
15.
Scream into the microphone.
15.
Be very loud. Use your diaphragm.
So what we have here is this group. You can see 3 humans, Big Hell, who you know already, an orc, maybe a half orc, seems more like. And then there is a series of beings, none of them human,
One is a hobbit, you know what that is, and kobold, you know what that is. The others, you're not quite sure. And they're kind of huddled together. But for one, the one that walks up to you, it's a short being that she's been cut to crap. She's missing one of her arms and one of her ears. The other ear, there's like a little dried blood in the side of her hair, and the ears looks human, but she doesn't look human.
I am drop dead gorgeous. That's what she's trying to get at here.
So basically what you
The
she's
prettiest.
so cut
The
up
prettiest.
and so scarred and burned, and there's pieces of skin that are missing, and half of her hair is missing, and it's clear that she's, you know what this is.
Lest my eyes deceive me,
It's
I
a
would believe
component.
you to be components.
Yes, indeed. The ones that are all huddled together are also components. And there's one, something that you haven't seen very often at all, a component that is a child, that is probably elvish.
Well, this is new.
Yeah, that is being held by, carefully shielding him from the slaps by crossing it by the,
He's on his back. He's, on,
Long-haired
he's back. He's back in the whatever
in
the
the
hell it is.
papoose.
The papoose, yes.
Okay, so describe yourself.
Hold on. Yeah, we need to hold because the audience is letting us know that it's
They can't
so
hear us.
inaudible that it's
Okay.
like.
Is it inaudible because it's too quiet or inaudible?
Well, you're not holding it over there while we're trying to talk, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to go back and forth.
Well, no. The comment is, and it's a friend of mine, so thank you.
It's
Is
like
that
it's
it's like
underwater.
we're being on. It's just inaudible in general, like
Okay.
underwater.
Okay.
Is it the microphone?
So does it anybody? Do we have headphones around? Can we like start spreading headphones to connect to our computers? And
I have mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
those of us who have our own can do that.
I have headphones.
We can see
Plug
if
them
that
in.
works. Do you have an
Thank
extra?
you
Do
very
you have an extra pair right here?
Yeah.
I have my these guys.
Yeah, so if you turn that one off, let
If
me,
anybody needs them.
then I'll unmute and we'll see where we're at.
Okay.
The audio is great in these.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying if anybody
But
needs
it's
these.
less. It's not audio. It's
The microphone.
The microphone itself that
Yeah.
we would need to not mess with, or that
Actually,
needs to not
I
echo.
can hear you guys okay through these.
And it doesn't echo crazy.
Little echo.
Well,
That's
that's
like one half.
oh.
It could be that Shauna's computer is not set to take that mic.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Through, but not your computer, the Twitch.
Maybe not the Twitch.
And the
let me check.
OBS.
It's not a mic issue. It's the echo of all of us talking and it picking up everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
So
Okay, so we turn this mic off
Okay.
and see what happens.
I doth not have a microphone or head anything.
but yeah, do we have another?
That's not going to hook up to my computer.
It has. Do you have Bluetooth on your computer? You can't accept.
If you have an audio, like a
You can
normal-
have this one, and I can do my
Port.
Bluetooth ones.
Okay.
We're the best.
Test.
That sounds fine.
Okay.
Did I sound fine in your guys' audio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Did you turn your camera off?
You guys.
Thank you, people, for telling us we gotta fix it. We're still figuring all this shit out.
Did we get a schmangle the fun time?
We're trying to figure all this stuff out.
Now we're echoing.
Yeah. That's because you unplugged your headphones. Once you plug in your headphones, it should be fine.
No, you have to go in and reset it.
Yeah. You have to set it to your headphones.
All right.
Are you on the Zoom?
While they're doing that, since I
Or
think
let
that's
them-
technically
then you should be fine.
I'm going to
Yeah,
describe
you should be fine.
George
Yeah.
High's Bidoof.
This is what I do every week. I've never had any.
He's a tall human
Okay, hold on.
with dark, very dark, kind of chocolatey skin. His eyes are odd. They're two different colors. You know, one's blue and brown. And he's not wearing armor per se. He's wearing. He looks more like just regular clothes. And he's bald.
Aw.
Hair shout out.
Oops.
There's that one. These aren't working. You turn off your external speakers.
So Penny
She walks up to you, right? She's gonna grab your face if you let her, like this, and just kind of like look at your eyes without poking you in the eyes, and start like making faces with your face.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you look at her in the torment, you feel kind of a little queasy, but you don't throw up, fortunately. But there's that. It feels wrong, and you know exactly why it feels wrong. It's not an easy thing to look at.
I'm gonna insight check him
Okay.
just to get basic.
But I can hear you all.
The
Um,
only reason I had this one in is to make sure it doesn't feedback.
Just unmute.
Mhm.
I guess.
I'm gonna, yeah. Sorry, I'm insight checking him to see if he feels like he's going to help us and not be an asshole. Well, I mean, you could be an asshole and still help us, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Please work for me. Dag nabbit. That's an 8. I don't get shit.
Yeah, you don't know that many people.
I know, but I'm
you remember anyway. So comes up and starts messing with your face, and stoically you let it. For her, if you look, it seems like it's probably pretty more. It's hard to tell. It's wearing a sack, basically.
covered in mud.
And looking at you very intently. It seems very frustrated, like.
You see one little piece of what looks like maybe beef jerky in her hair, but the rest of her is covered in like mud. Like she looks like she's been rolling in the mud along with those scars and stuff. She looks really gross.
What is this thing doing to my face? I asked the rest of them.
Oh, don't worry about her. She's just different. But she's harmless as far as I can tell. Sometimes she's a possum. Anyway, hi, I'm Orkelia. Nice to meet ya. Who the hell are you?
Also, who are you? Are you the one that just crossed you? You just said something just happened. Are you the reason? Who are you?
I see no need to be mine.
Oh, I don't like him already.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
His name's
We all-
Eyes or something.
What?
Or something.
No.
What are you doing?
Was it like Eyes?
George.
What was her name? Like Eyes the douche?
And what are you doing keeping me company with such a creature like this?
She's not a creature, she's a person. What kind of creature are you?
Excuse you.
Excuse me. I know what this is.
She?
She's sniffing you.
Slowly start to draw my sword.
Those who would travel with a component must not be friends of the alchemists.
Oh, hell no.
Fully draw
Yeah,
my sword.
immediate fight stance.
Not friends, pages. I jump off the horses.
Yeah. We all like arrow out ready.
Yeah.
Big hell looks at this. She's not doing anything. She just starts laughing.
While he's talking to you guys, I'm still like, I was poking his face, now I'm looking at his hands, and I'm messing with his fingers, and I'm just being really.
Penny, get away from him.
I chuckle myself.
Hey, just confirm that we're not friends of the Alchemages. Why are you all trying to kill him?
You clearly don't know who you're talking to.
I guess that's your answer.
That's the truth.
Listen, I was unaware there were a lot more douche nozzles in the area, but one up you. Badoosh! But douche? Badoosh!
That is my name.
Oh, it is douche! It is douche! Oh, look, he told us exactly who he was.
The girl says, "All right, guys. All right. You can just stop peeing your pants. This is who I brought you to meet.
You brought us to meet an alchemage?
He's not an alchemist.
Farthest from.
Well, not farthest from. I think I would probably be the farthest from because I don't have to do anything. Maybe Cross because he's stupid. But but you're not the farthest thing from the alchemist. Show him. Come on.
Yeah,
Just let them
show
know
us.
so maybe they'll put their pants in there.
I'm choking myself.
I
don't think so.
I wave my hands in a magical manner.
I wave my hands in a magical manner.
And I shoot a magic missile at a tree branch. And I intending to make the tree branch explode in a fantastic display of magical prowess.
Which it does, because magic missiles don't miss.
As soon as you do that, Penny.
How is this proving that he's not a mage? I'm very confused.
Well, that's exactly my point, you see.
He didn't
Says
use it.
Big Hell.
He didn't use a component to
He
do
didn't
it.
use a component.
So he's got innate magic, which means he's also a component.
Penny's freaking out. You can see her like she falls to the ground and starts like.
And so do the other components as well.
I thought alchemages were just mages who use components to make themselves more powerful.
I thought so.
Exactly. So he's just a mage.
So he couldn't have pre-consumed any components?
No, I thought that's what alchemages were.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
Well, and that's exactly the right thing. A mage, they call them hedge mages, but they're just mages who don't use live components. Mages use live components because it gives them more magic.
Right.
You see, that's why all of these ones are now huddled in the ground because they know that that's what that could be.
Well, maybe we should get them all in the wagon and discuss this later.
What are you doing in this place?
Trying to get the hell out.
Wait. Why would he doesn't tell us anything he's doing? Why should we tell him anything we're doing?
All right, Neil, what are you doing? Cross, what the fuck are you doing? What is any of us doing? None of us have said anything about what we were doing. Listen, we're going on a lot of trust here.
And I already got us a wagon, and we don't know where we're going with it.
Oh, yeah, so we've got
We're going to the ruins.
the ruins. That's what we're getting. The ruins.
Ruins.
We don't
I
need
feel like I'm the only
this.
sane person here.
No, you're just the only one with a memory.
God
Yeah,
help
that's what
us.
I said.
This is true.
We knew where we're going. Why do we need this guy?
Do you know where the ruins are?
That's where I'm. I seek an ancient library hidden within the ruins. My companions and I.
There are more of you.
It seemed to look like I've given slightly too much away, and I kind of look everybody over, up and down. And I'm like,
Roll me an insight check.
I've put my arrow.
Oh my God, you rolled a natural 20.
I put it away.
Very insightful, and you look at them, and what you see
My persuasion's plus
is
9.
they look a lot like a lot of the people who ended up joining. They're, except these ones are more powerful. They're not very trusting, but it's because they've just recently been through some shit. You don't know what that shit is, but there's something.
Can I make an insight to the fact that he just like said my companions and then kind of like stopped?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Can I try?
Yeah, me
Like
too.
an insight.
Can I try persuade him to?
Absolutely. As I always say, you can try.
Yeah, my persuade's great, plus 9. So I'm hoping with the help of Cross's dice.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm gonna try to persuade you to give us more info.
Okay.
All right. 18 plus 9.
Yay!
So the one that comes up to you, he's wearing full plate, very well used weapon. His armor's been worn in, you know, but somebody
He's
knows
boss.
how to fight. He's wearing
He's so happy he rolled one.
a holy. I know for once.
Thanks, guys.
He's wearing a holy symbol. You recognize it as the goddess Nancy. So he's either a cleric or paladin or something like that. And he comes up to you and says,
Hello. The name's Aurelio. Now listen. If you're friends with somebody in our party, it only makes sense that we put everything on the table. So let's just cut the bullshit and tell us what you're doing, where you're going, who you're with, so we can decide if we're going to go there together or not.
he's very persuasive. But you can roll me a wisdom save.
Yeah, I will. 3.
Nice.
He
Okay,
spills.
he's really persuasive. You get it.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
He's making some sense.
Yeah.
You're picking up what he's putting down.
I can tell by the smooth talking with this fellow here, and just by the general demeanor of the group, and the fact that you're traveling these parts with a component that you mean me or my ilk no ill will. You're not the only ones who don't think highly of the Alchemages. In fact, those who wish to see their undoing have been working in secret in these lands for a long time. And I myself, I lead them and put everything together. I've been leading an underground resistance in these lands against the Alchemages for some time now. And we seek an ancient library in these ruins.
So does that mean you know about the green light?
Indeed. How much time? Sorry, how much
All you know is
Yes, I
that-
do. What do I know?
I like that.
I'm bluffing.
I have no idea what it does or
Okay.
anything. It's just it was an explosion and there's still a green light.
all I know is that that kind of green light can only be the result of necromancy.
Of people fucking around when they shouldn't. Nah, I hear ya. Listen, we are also trying to get to that location. The biggest thing we need help with is this giant wagon and all of our people. So if you can help us get this wagon through the swamp, we can travel together. You can tell us your life story. I'm happy to hear it. But in the meantime, we need some help.
Do I know any of passable?
Yeah, because you came here from the ruins.
Uh-huh.
You were heading up north to meet with somebody else, actually, and run into them. But yeah, you know the paths through the swamp that you've been pretty well.
Well, I've been persuaded to trust you guys. I'll take you to the rest of my companions. You can come make camp with us as we're hunting for these ruins.
Great. Let's do that. Also, what's your camp like? Is there like a floor or maybe a bed or something?
Is
Like
there
something
booze?
comfortable.
Is there mead?
What is our camp like?
It's like a camp of a bunch of resistance fighters in the swamp.
More wastelandy, less.
So is it? It's basically the old church in the movie The Patriot. Okay, cool.
You'll find our compass there.
It's meltdowns of metal men.
We
and
travel
big
light to avoid detection.
That was a pretty good, accurate description.
We may be. Until I found you today, I thought we were the most hated and hunted after by the Alchemages.
I'm not hated. Everybody loves me.
I'm talking about you.
Oh, well,
Gestures over to the many components.
The Duke? Well, I'm gonna roll another insight check just to see if because she's.
Yeah, and you were gonna roll an insight check too. Okay. It seems like he's being honest. He's telling you the truth.
Natural
It's
20.
not all the truth, but it's not. He is being honest. All right.
Thank you.
However.
My party, I'm happy.
However. I'm better than you are.
Still
We're on the
big.
same team.
All right. You don't know why, but you feel like you can trust him. Like he's a decent guy. He's not telling everything. You wouldn't understand it anyway because you don't understand all the language. But oh my God. Penny turns into a dog.
What? I saw it this time. I saw it.
That's
It
what
happened.
happened last time.
I told you.
Turns into a
I
dog.
don't trust you.
Just Penny?
Does this usually happen?
Penny.
That's
After
Those
This
of
is
you
new.
who are spellcasters, roll me a knowledge, arcana check.
Again, nothing.
Arcana.
Let's see.
I trot over to you. I sniff your.
Cross
And
doesn't
then I
know
lick your
shit
hand.
about magic.
Out of game, yes, I am a spellcaster. In game.
What?
Arcana is, I have 11 plus what?
It's on your skills.
Do I know anything just because I've worked?
Your spellcasting.
Yes.
So attack or
Or
modifier.
only if you know
Probably
how
your
to
modifier,
cast
so it's gonna be
magic.
5.
So
This
16.
kind of thing you'll only really
Okay.
get if you understand magic.
Okay.
Tanya,
And even then you might not. Yeah.
my experience with Archmages, do I know any of these?
You can cast spells, moron.
I mean, I know.
So you can roll.
No, it's you, and you, and
Okay.
you. And then add your
Oh,
own
well,
check.
that's bad.
You know I'm teasing you, right, Rob?
All that for
It's
nothing.
like spellcasters. I was like, all right.
It's the alcohol. It's totally the alcohol.
It's the Alka mages.
That was a big old 9 for me.
Yeah, I got a 6. 4 plus weight.
Plus your.
Nobody
So you're
knows
at
the
a
double ass.
No, it's your spellcasting modifier.
Okay, so you're at a 12. All right. So
Spells modifier.
here's your 16. What did you get?
You're having
Okay.
wait.
Romeo, what did you get?
You're
Yeah,
having
13 total.
Okay. 13 around there.
Yeah, 13.
Okay. So I'll tell you.
Penny, no.
By the way, I'm now at Penny's side, just like petting her head, like
It's gonna be okay.
I don't know how to fix this.
We're gonna make it happen.
In the meantime, you're like really
I roll over
onto
on
my
my
back,
back.
like,
Something
"There's
kind of
strawberry."
like this, but it's been a long time. You're not really sure what it is, but it something to do with magic of some kind.
This is ringing a bell for me. I'm not sure what it means. That's also occurring to me.
That's thing dogs do.
How can I do? Well, I mean, how can I get?
There are spells that
Uh-huh.
you can do, like identify or detect magic. If you have that,
Detect
spells
an-
that can
I have
help.
detected an evil.
Yeah, that will tell you what's
Yeah.
going on with her right
I
here.
don't think I have that.
I look like Betty.
This is how I look.
Manage spell.
Betty.
Oh, can I? How about guidance? Can I touch her and?
That really helps for
Yeah.
rolls. What are you looking at? You want
I
to
don't
send
think
her?
you
You want
have
to
anything.
turn her back?
I don't
Back?
think
It
I
would
have
be a
anything
love-
either.
if you
Yeah,
have
or
it.
to understand. Here's my prepared spells.
Right. Yeah. I
So
don't think
no,
you don't have
I
anything.
yeah,
between.
I don't have anything. Okay.
I mean, not that we can understand her when she's
I feel like you
an
have to
elf.
like
Right.
relieve yourself on a tree. Tree. There's a stick.
She
You're
lifts her
still
leg.
planning. You
and
know who you are. There's a
But there's
stick.
this. I have this really weird.
Well, it doesn't seem to put any of us in any danger, and it's it's not like she wasn't all new information to us anyway. So we're keeping an eye on her. But
Oi, Romeo.
eyes made me.
It's brown and sticky.
It's a brown stick.
Stick.
I tried over to
Never.
Cross is just doing exactly that.
Penny, no! Penny, no!
I'm
Looks down and just like kind of kicks his leg. a little
Don't
bit,
you
like-
kick! Don't you kick my dog, Penny!
Look,
I'll
can we?
take it. She
Can,
doesn't do this all the time.
I know this isn't new.
has this, douche? Has this happened at all? Before?
Do I know what this is?
Do you know what
No,
this is?
you don't.
I
Other than
only
that it's magic.
know that it's some sort of magic.
Yeah.
Well, because you
So
know
wait,
there's things
so
like.
we're under attack.
No,
Has this
we're
ever
not.
happened?
We're not.
No.
Why is that an assumption?
What I'm asking is, has this ever happened to anybody else, or is this just like a localized
She turned
thing
into a dog.
with
Who's
our
next?
friend here?
Hold on. Everybody is talking. Everybody needs to shush. A little bit of shush. Let's just. So Penny has now turned into a possum and an elf, and she's turned into a dog, and eventually she'll go back to being an elf. I'm not concerned about the various animals that she is currently turning into. That's a problem for later. Right now, we are just standing in a swamp. So we need to go back to wherever you came from.
I'm a
Meet
little-
your
wait,
new
wait,
people.
wait, wait.
What?
I'm a little less concerned. I agree. I'm less concerned
I know.
about her turning into things.
Magic.
I'm a little more concerned about the fact that Eyes just pointed out that having this group of components makes us the most hated group by the alchemages.
Hey.
So at what point are we worried that the alchemages know we have these?
I'm not worried about eating no outrage.
I'm-
We can,
I'm-
we can kick their asses real fast.
If they do a scry, they can maybe figure it out, but they have to think to do that.
They have to think.
Right, so, but if we put them in the wagon, they're thinking, by the way. Nobody sees them, those wagon.
I still need to get them hidden, especially with the shape changing going on.
Cross picks up Penny and just like underneath the arm, like, please just go.
My tail's wagging and I start licking his face.
All the components in the wagon.
All right.
Eyes or
Fine.
bidet or whatever your name is.
We're calling him La Douche.
Guide us
They're
out
still in
of-
chains and we have the wagon. So also,
Yeah,
I would like to go. I
douche
would like to go to Big Hills and request a chain so that I can rip off these chains without dying.
I don't. Listen, I know I've made the argument of, hey, let's not chain these people, but I think we also had the argument of let's not get them wandering off. I really don't want them falling off of a wagon.
But now we have a wagon.
They're gonna fall off the wagon,
All right,
like you.
All right,
It's a covered
fine.
wagon.
Okay, all right.
Big Hell has
Yeah, but that way
taken,
it has to fall off the wagon.
has taken the chain and is, if you're gonna follow her, she goes around to the back of the wagon. And she listens to signs and all of a sudden there's a, oh, okay. And she disappears into the wagon. She's dropped the chain for the moment. She
Uh-huh.
grabs all the dildos.
Uh-huh.
What?
I
missed something.
You missed the bill?
Well,
Yeah.
she pokes her head out. What kind of a deal did you have to make for this?
What did you find in there? I just asked for a wagon. I figured we'll have some supplies and some luxuries getting
no.
any of the
You
wagons from
hear
my camp.
very loud,
I-
deep, orcish laughter
I
as she
immediately
goes back into the wagon, and you hear some banging around a little bit, and so she comes, and you know what this smells like.
Oh no, it's booze.
Alcohol.
As she leans out, and she's got a mug. She's like, "We're gonna be traveling nicely now."
Huzzah!
You're welcome.
Nexus be praised.
Bryn be praised.
Also,
Nexus.
Bryn.
listen,
Nexus,
like,
it's okay.
You're holding a penny.
Yeah, I'm still holding.
Okay.
Wait, she
Big Al
changed
comes
back.
out and says, "All right, we're gonna want to look some of that up." And then she starts tossing the smaller components in, in order by the chain. She doesn't take the chain off.
Yep.
And then we get to the two big ones there towards the end. And she's like, "All right, guys." And the one that you guys know is a Minotaur looks at her and then finds in the one that you're not quite sure what it is, but it might be a bugbear. It's her, along with various body parts and stuff. It's just looking blankly, like there's not really anybody home right now. So she has to start pushing to get it up in there. And that just leaves the last two elves, Child and Penny.
I mean, wouldn't we just put them all?
I'm
in the wagon?
technically holding both of them right now.
And so Big Head
Is
looks at
Penny
you
still
like,
a dog?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I chuck the dog to her and then I just start walking.
You chuck the dog at her?
Yeah, like a toss. Not at you. Not at
You
you.
said at her.
Okay,
You
at-
throw Penny at her.
She said Big L was looking at me, so.
Does the wagon have horses?
Or
Yeah,
two.
two horses.
Okay. If no one catches me, I'm gonna go over to the horses and I'm going to look them. And if I can, I would like to turn into one.
Okay, no, Big Hell rolled her natural 20 and
So she got you.
She just like without moving was just like.
yeah.
Also, as soon as she catches me, though, I'm gonna start growling and struggling, like, because I don't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll absolutely go up to her and be like, I believe she doesn't want this. Give me.
I'm
You
gonna
don't want
fight
to put
her.
her in the wagon?
I am gonna put her in the wagon, but you know what? Somebody needs to sit in the wagon, make sure the components are okay. I happily volunteer.
Great.
So.
She hands you the dog like this because it's they get in the wagon.
I like your face.
I needed a facial, it's fine. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm sitting in that wagon. I don't want to ruin my boots anymore.
All right, let's get going.
All right, I lead whoever's taking command of this wagon through a series of deceptive bogs that are easily maneuverable.
Who's got the highest animal handling?
Probably me.
I have a 3.
Only have +3.
+7.
+6. So you beat me.
She should be driving.
Which
Which is why she
Cool.
rode
I
up.
can ride up on 2 horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
Okay,
Oh, wait,
so
no.
it's actually kind of cool, but also frightening. So you guys head deeper into the swamp. This is the heavy swamp. This is south of the Pacas. People don't come here because it's just so mucky and murky. But it's like kind of like the bayou. You know, the people who have been there long enough, they figured out there's paths and stuff. So you get the feeling this guy, you know, eyes here is either a native or he's got somebody who's helped him. Or he's been here for a really long time. You're not sure which. But he takes you to these paths. It looks like the wagon's going to go right into a bog or into a swamp. And all of a sudden, at the very last second, you swerve and it's fine. It's solid ground. And with that, and the wagon, you guys actually make some decent time. So you travel. It was already getting to be evening. You travel pretty late into the night. You guys keep going.
I mean, I'm hanging out in that good old wagon there, so
there's booze.
You know what? And she's telling all of the components just like some grand glorious tale.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll spend a bardic inspiration if they have to roll anything for a while. They're good and inspired, whether or not I'm like singing songs. I'm carrying it on. There's booze.
Yeah. So in the wagon behind you, so you have to hope that there's nobody hunting you guys or anything because there's a lot of sound coming from the wagon. There's singing, there's chattering, there's laughter. It's all by one person.
There's 100% tracks.
But as you go through the forest, at one point, Big L said, "Want me to go ahead and tell the others to bring in company?"
Yeah, go ahead. Scout ahead. Carry forward.
All right, and she disappears into the darkness ahead of time of you guys, and Big Hell is temporarily gone. Like he's scouting, like who knows. But it's getting darker. It's getting darker. It's getting harder to see. It's finally it gets to a point where you can't see it all. It's dark enough. That's the light stuff.
Sure.
I don't know which of you have light stuff.
Sorry.
I know he's trying to be really stealthy about it, but I have to point it out because Arabiel is trying to make us all drinks and is dropping everything. And if that's not so in character, I don't know what is.
It's very in character.
I've seen the flame, but that's not really a light spot.
I was
the
like,
mic
what happened all night?
After an hour, Penny turns back into her lovely self. She's no longer a dog after an hour.
Yes. And I have
I have a question.
Okay.
When she was a dog, did she still have pieces missing from her and chunks of missing hair?
Nope, she was just like a dog.
Just a happy, healthy dog.
Happy, healthy dog.
Okay.
Okay, and if nobody has a light spell,
Hold
eventually
on.
it'll get dark and if you'll have to stop.
Hold on.
Well, I still have all my equipment. I'm pretty sure I have torches,
I have a cantrip that I can cast.
which I do.
Is it light?
Okay.
Light would be helpful.
Cross lights a torch, and all of
never
a
mind.
sudden, you guys can figure out kind of where you're going. You can see a little bit better.
All you useless mages.
Actually,
Masters.
have torches too. Let me use them.
Okay. It's a torch, just a torch.
Okay, so you go finally out of the darkness, start looming. You see like a crumbled bit of wall, and then a little further, another crumbled little wall, half sunk in the muck, and then a little further, another bit more, and a little bit more. And pretty soon, there's these shouting, towering things kind of looming over the path. That's kind of haunting, and you realize that you're probably on the outskirts of the ruins.
May I roll a Oh, that was weird. May I roll a perception check to see if I see any animals?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
I take it that was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here it's just too swampy and too mucky. If there's anything, it's probably in the water.
Well, there's probably that too.
Lots and lots. I'll add some. Just kidding.
All right.
Okay, everybody, roll me a perception check.
Except the girl singing on the wagon.
I thought that was all cross. I mean, that was all our meal, like making all the noise.
That's why you're not worried, you know. What
Yeah,
players they are.
I've already been here.
20. Do you want me to roll your perception?
Yep.
Rob.
Same. Soft 20.
Do you want me to roll your perception? Or
Yeah,
18?
absolutely.
I got
We both, I think, have.
Nat 20!
He's
We
been
got,
so long
guys,
without
you guys,
alcohol.
wait, you ready? Ready?
For the first
Oh
time.
my god.
For the first time in
the whole show.
There we go. Now it's coming.
It's gonna
Your
be.
camera's not on yet. Hold
Oh,
on.
well,
bummer.
anyways,
It'll
just
be-
trust everybody's excitement. We won Ryan.
Just
Perception
first,
also
first,
plus
that's what
3, so I got 23.
Well,
I saw something for the first time like ever. I think my perception.
Are you a
You know what?
are you a drunken paladin? Is that like your skill?
Arabiel is
yeah, it's gonna be like the drunk.
hyper paying attention because he can hear that there's liquor back there, but he can't go to it yet. So he's just constantly listening to the liquor being passed around.
Hey, boss.
Sitting there waiting.
The voice comes out of the dark.
Is that you?
You think it's probably the Luigi.
Is that you, Luigi?
Hey, Mario!
Hey, Luigi.
Hey, boss. You guys are making a lot of noise. What's going on?
No, you're Penny again.
It's mostly this dog thing and this drunk orc in the back of the trailer.
She doesn't like to be called a orc.
And then Penny turned into this dog out of nowhere. I don't know if you saw it, but
Penny's just watching you
And he
like.
steps out, and it's actually kind of a short, stumpy human. You know, it's Luigi. But Luigi had sort of, you know, he's had a birth defect or something. He's a little off and stuff. But tell you what, he's one of the best scouts you've ever had. For all of his issues. He steps out and he's like looking, all of a sudden this small short human, he's got a little bit of a hunchback and a twisted arm, but he is human. And he steps out of the darkness like he was part of the darkness before you saw him. He's really good at that. And he's looking at the wagon with big eyes and he's like, "You brought us a wagon." We can't see the components that are in the wagon, so everybody's just looking at the rest of you like,
No, we didn't bring you a wagon. We brought a wagon.
Yeah, it's all wagon.
But nobody
It's all
painted
wagon.
it. We gotta paint your wagon.
and everybody wonders how much meat Penny has had now.
Oh, Penny has had time.
Penny has had
Penny,
time.
I would love to. When you're a little bit older, you can have some.
Where's the dog song?
Okay. You know that you're getting close to where the camp is.
Mhm.
You can choose to just leave them right in, or you can choose to have them stay right here and bring the camp. The people, you know, the town, and leave that up to you.
Oh, I'll bring the wagon in. This
Great.
this wagon has now been enlisted for use by the resistance. That's how you all.
He says as he continues leading you into the darkness. But then it starts getting a little brighter. You know the signs of firelight, like a campfire is up ahead. And you come in, and what you guys see when you get to the camp is the ruins lit up by the fire. It's creepy, and they're dripping with moss and muck and stuff. But it looks like something from like, you know, a movie, if you knew what a movie was. And the light glistens in the firelight, but right around the fire, there's been built like little, almost like a semicircle of little lean-tos and section things to keep the water off and everything. And there's a pot with like stew bubbling over the fire, and there's bedrolls with like real blankets in the little lean-tos. It's rough, but it's not as rough as what you guys did last night. It actually kind of feels a little homey. You'll note that there are something that looks like arrows that have been carved out of sticks pointing, showing a specific path once you get to where you can kind of see it. You know that the reason that the arrows are there are because if you step off the path, there's traps that were part of the ruins that people can fall into and have issues with. And so if you follow this path, you'll be safe. But if you go off the path, maybe not so much.
I gesture to the arrows and address the party and say, "Best not stray too far from camp. You never know what little secrets are laid around these ruins."
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna jump down off the horse, and we're walking them now because we've so slowed down, and I'm gonna walk up next to LaDouche.
LaDouche.
And okay.
And he's out.
As you guys get into the camp,
Uh-huh.
Eyes goes and he's standing by the campfire. And there's nobody in the camp until you guys all get into the camp. Once the wagon is fully into the camp,
Uh-huh.
by the campfire and stuff, all of a sudden, a bunch of little faces, there's probably 50 people here, start poking their heads out of different places in the ruins, up above, down below. Almost all of them are armed, but they are not drawn. They're not actually, because you think probably because Eyes brought you in, they're not like being like really aggressive, but they are all of them armed, and they're all human.
All of them are sticking their heads out. And Zorkelia has absolutely no idea that we're actually in the camp yet. They're just hearing 10,000 beers on the ball, 10,000 beers. I drank one now there's 12.
Do I notice the big
Oh, absolutely. They're not hiding at this point.
I'm immediately gonna go into stealth.
Okay.
Just
Yep,
because
come out.
I don't necessarily trust everybody.
Randall's crying.
Anybody.
Have I gotten
19.
yet?
Okay.
I'm pissed. No, my character livid.
Watch there be none left.
Let's see.
I would put my sword down your throat.
Cross?
To make you
Do you still have, did you put the child
Oh,
in the
it's
back
still
or
no,
on
it's
your
still
back?
on me.
Okay. You'll notice that he never put the component, the small component, the child in the
The
wagon
child.
with the others. He's actually carrying it in like a package on his back. Which is odd. But even with the child and everything, he just all of a sudden melts away from you. You've seen big like this, it's kind of a thing, but that means he's probably really good.
I'm more concerned about this loud half-orc. I asked everyone if anybody has some way to keep her quiet. She's drawing far too much attention to our hidden camp.
I can help.
What? You want me to go back there where the booze is?
Oh, no.
I can both quiet her down and make sure she's not quiet later.
No, Ramiel gets in the back and just like goes to quiet her, and then ends up like 5 minutes later just being as loud.
Yeah, that's us. The entire
He just got
Exactly.
Out of the car.
I love how it never seems to go down from 99. It's
No.
always just 99.
Yeah, there's just
If it goes to 98, we gotta make a story.
we gotta go. Well, it started at 10,000, went to 12. Now we're at 99. It's just
So Eyes, your people, most of them seem to have poked their heads up. They're watching what's going on. They're being pretty quiet. One of them, you're not sure, maybe it's Twig, you're not really sure, shouts, "Boss, who are these weird people?"
Like I found them wandering through the bogs and swamps. They're no friends of the alchemages, and they're more weaponed and provisioned than any of you lot. So I figure might as well be helpful to have them on the team.
Penny pokes her head out of the cart and gets out.
Are you still a dog?
No, not after the first hour.
Gotcha.
So they all have their
the
own
singing
constitution
from the
thing.
part dies down as the part stops.
Except what they mean.
Has stopped. There's still no sign of Big Hell. She's out doing whatever Big Hell does. But the others aren't coming into camp. They're watching, but and you're like, well, yeah, that's pretty good. They're watching, they're being friendly, but they're also keeping their weapons close by them just in case, which is good. They're not being too trusting yet. So that's a lot better than it was at first when you first started training him.
I asked the little man Luigi,
Yeah.
like, what news have you of what we seek? Have we found the location of the library?
Oh, you're gonna want to talk to Lanky one. Now, Lanky is not a name. That's not the name of it, but that's the nickname of one of your other scholars that's with you. That's been helping sort of
Okay.
stuff. He's probably one of the ones on up there.
So I just shout, Lanky, to me.
I hate it when you call me that.
Lanky!
This very guy. He looks like he should be a blacksmith. You know, he's got like the nose and pockmarked face and he's big and he's kind of fat and he pokes his head up and he's like, "Don't call me that." But we found something. We found a door.
Door.
Might be the door.
Is this door passable?
Not yet.
Not yet. Huh.
They're singing like they're drunk.
99 bottles of beer!
Can I have some?
Darkness is listening, nodding, singing like they're drunk.
You're not gonna join in, Darkness. I just like gesture.
You wish, honey.
Join us in the wagon!
We'll get you converted to Big Brown shortly.
Wait. Can I persuade Altana to join us?
Are you trying to get what?
Yeah, am I trying to get the team drunk?
Oh, that's not what I'm asking. No.
Can I persuade
Luckily, nobody knows where I am.
Yeah, you're stuck. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
you're gone, but I'm gonna get everybody else
Wait,
drunk.
can I do once I get out of the cart? Can I do a perception check to see if I see him by anything?
Yes.
Probably not, but you never know, man.
But not yet, because you haven't got out of the cart yet.
I'm just, I'm kind of just observing, like,
Just okay, so you move kind of the back and then
yeah,
watch.
I'm kind of just watching, listening,
Okay.
looking,
out the camp.
not, I mean, like, I am, like, kind of like.
Roll me a
inadvertently-
perception
Hey, can I persuade Altana to come get drunk?
in just a moment.
You can try.
That's what I.
My persuasion's +9. Just saying.
17.
Your God says it must
Okay.
be so.
You're gonna be praising.
There's more people even than you can see.
Guys,
You're thinking more maybe like, you can see like there's like 40 or 50 up in the things, but there's more that you can't see. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. So they make a different sound in the water. The heavy ones go, swoosh, and the lighter ones go, and so there's the ones that you can't see, kind of smaller, you're thinking. So
well, you don't know.
so there's that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just kind of hanging out.
Roll the
just-
perception, Penny.
Perception, everybody?
No, just Penny.
Okay.
You guys already failed your perception on this. But she didn't roll it before.
Is it 8?
Do I get to roll
Huh?
again?
You want to roll against me?
No, I mean, I get, if she's
So
trying
what-
to spot me, I get to make a competing stealth check, right?
You can if you notice that she's trying to spot you.
Do I have to roll to notice that?
Perception.
Yeah.
16?
Okay. You don't really know. I mean, she's so weird. She doesn't look like normal people, so her expressions aren't really not as easily readable.
Okay.
But she did come out of the wagon and start looking around. You don't know that she's necessarily looking for you, but she's looking around. And what did you roll, Shauna?
28.
28. Shauna, she turns and she does look directly at you. Shauna, you see that Cross is just standing there. He's got the elf child on his back. He's at the edge of the camp, kind of right at the edge of where the sticks and arrows point. Don't go beyond here. And he's just watching. He's not really doing anything but watching and listening.
Okay.
So you do notice that when she
Okay.
sees you, because she just looks at you, she saw you.
But I'm not gonna after I see you and I know where you are, you notice that Penny immediately kind of relaxes a little bit. And then when I was looking for him, did I see anyone else? All the other people? around you?
No.
I didn't see anyone else. Okay.
No, but you heard, just like he did, the sounds of more bodies moving out in the dark than what you can see.
Okay. As soon as I hearing that,
So yeah, so you heard the same thing that he did, that there's the ones in the dark that you can't see are smaller.
okay. I'm gonna get nervous, and I'm gonna try and hide, even though I'm not. Somebody give me that branch.
Gage?
Um,
So Lanky yelled that there was a door.
uh-huh.
He was up there. Do you want to call the people down? You want to have them stay out? You know that what you can see are the ones that are actually armed. The rest of them aren't. And so you have to decide if you want them to come in or they're.
Yeah, I invite them in. He told me that this door is not passable yet, so I'm turning this over. I think I probably sit by a fire and look at the flames and just kind of mutter to myself.
All right. So Eyes, when he hears that from Linky, he goes and he sits by the fire and he's like thinking and pondering a door. It's clear that information really something. And there he makes a general wave and the people start moving in. And the ones from the dark that you two noticed start coming in. And what you see are a whole bunch of families. That this resistance is not just warriors and adventurers, and it's farmers and blacksmiths and stuff. Lanky comes in and he's this big hefty guy, with the deep voice and the pockmarked face, but his hands are very delicate. And he's got rather a large book kind of like belted to his side, which seems very strange for somebody like him, like Lanky, that you would call, Lanky the blacksmith or something, but he's not. So everybody comes in and they start looking at you guys and poking, they peek into the wagon. Two of the people offer you guys some food. Come join us at the fire.
Free
Enough
food,
bowls,
let's go.
I don't care. We can do it. We can make it do. And they start pulling out little wooden bowls and leather cups and things. A couple of the bowls are skulls that were found in the swamp that were hollowed out to make into bowls and stuff. And there's stew in this massive pot over the fire. And they start handing out Penny. Have a bowl of stew.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Penny has jumped out of the wagon. So far, it hasn't been exposed to everybody other than Big Hell and
Eyes.
the douche. That the wagon is full of other components,
Mhm.
right? We can assume you're so stealthy. We can assume they didn't see the one you're carrying.
Possibly.
Right?
I mean, Ledoux might have.
Yeah.
I mean, Ledoux knows they
That's what
haven't.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I think that so far they don't know that the wagon is full of components.
Well,
And
I don't have
so-
a chain or anything, so.
Yeah,
Right.
and you know that other than like two other people, they've never seen components.
So I want
Yeah,
I
because
want to
the
at this point
archmages keep them very.
walk around to the wagon and just sort of gesture to let all of the components stay in there. And I don't really have control over you two and your drunkenness, and I'm not sure if you
Oh,
allowed.
right.
I'm like, let's keep them in there. Don't let the components out yet. Right. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, Cross. Roll me perception check.
Uh-oh.
All of that one.
Big Hell's voice, you're so focused on what you're seeing out there. The Big Hell's voice in your ear completely takes you by surprise, and you nearly jump out of your skin.
Can I roll to see that and laugh?
No, you can't.
You're not looking.
You're the
at it.
wagon
Yeah,
with
you
me.
already
Yeah,
rolled to
right.
not
You're
see him.
also drunk out of your mind.
You're in the
Yeah,
back
no,
of the
which is why I would
wagon.
have to do disadvantage, but I'd still do it on
But
your
you're not
dice.
looking for it.
I would just like to point out that means he's had maybe like 2 or 3 shots because he hasn't been back there for very long.
No, he hasn't. He's
No,
not.
he had to catch
You're
up.
not
You're
that
an
drunk
alcoholic
yet.
lightweight is what
No,
I'm
no,
hearing.
no, no. I got back there and immediately slammed the model immediately.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Woof. Here we go.
Yeah.
We
All
realized
right,
that we're
so
going
I
on
almost
the
jump out of my like.
It's like, I've seen you.
Not the one where I missed the
You're
fire.
losing your touch. I think we need to take the components out and show these people.
No.
They've not seen it. They're against it, but they haven't seen why they're against it.
Penny's out there already.
It's part of why I was bringing them,
I would say that.
but I didn't want to just do it.
We don't trust.
I wanted to let you know.
Insight.
Okay?
Did she see me try to keep them in there?
You don't know.
Okay.
You don't know that she's there.
Okay. Oh, got it. I understand. I understand.
Otherwise, I'd be fighting real hard against this. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like being yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, she's clear out in the dark past the edge of the camp where, past where Cross is. And she just whispered to him.
23.
23? Okay, the insight is that that's part of what she wants to do. Not really sure what the rest of what she wants, of the reason that is actually part of the reason that she wants the components out is so that these others can learn.
Not true.
Yeah, it's not true. But there's that sense of still something not quite clear.
Lost my touch as much as you think I have. I'm hiding something.
So are you. It's what we do.
Yeah, but if you want me to do something like
Mark,
that,
druid. I'm a druid.
I need to know what else you're trying to pull.
Well, I think Denny could use some food, right? We were interrupted with the pig we were eating.
Well, you guys are
Oh,
talking.
well, another insight. That sounds like some bullshit.
Finally.
I think it's weighted.
That is a 20.
Yeah, which you haven't really rolled this many this
No,
thing. It's like you
Well, I
gave
haven't
some
had to
of
roll.
your.
I haven't had to roll anything important. See, that was important. Me having to catch her bullshit.
Okay. Well,
Like
and
that.
while it is true that they do need to eat, that is not why she wants you to bring them out at all.
While you're having this
Oh,
conversation, if you're watching, you see Penny because somebody has stew.
Mhm.
When
She
she
just
just-
kind of floats over to it.
And somebody-
sticks it
and
in the
just
pot
like-
and burns it.
I say, oh, here, love, here, don't have that. Here, have this. And somebody hands you a bowl. Oh, you're looking kind of rough. Had a hard life, I see.
So, kind of just gives her that look of like, really, like that's some bullshit right there.
Mhm.
Like, I'm just like, you're gonna have to lie better than that.
No, I don't. They're my components. I'm going to bring them out so I can have some food and some fire and some safety. And maybe do a little of the job that they needed to do so that more people don't have this happen.
What job?
You'll see.
Oh, do I get to? If she's trying to.
Yeah, there you
Hell
go.
no. Perception 15 plus 6, 21.
Okay, 17 plus 9.
Perception
She's
9.
almost as good as you are at it. Yeah, she does go. You see that she's going stealthy, but she does actually go out of your sight. You lose track of her as she goes into the dark.
I immediately make my way towards the wagon,
Okay.
but also in stealth.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
I have to.
Say it's 20. Please say it's 20.
Let me see.
All right.
Yep. It is.
As you come up,
It's totally weighted.
what you're
It's
now
totally
hearing.
weighted.
I'm telling
Not
you,
hearing.
it was born with this crazy luck. There's got to be.
What you're now hearing, you'll catch this in a second. Ready? There's a lot of swanging. We are the champions. We are the champions.
All right, the two in the wagon.
And so cross gets to the wagon. Do I get there first?
Before Big Hell?
They told us to shush, so we got louder.
I think you probably get there about the same time because you both left about the same time and you both rolled about the same stealth.
Because I have do I have my I have my plus movement yet. I get that next time. So
So you get there about the same time. The people in the wagon, roll me a perception check.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Amazing.
Oh,
Mine's
no.
a 5 on the die.
8 plus 3,
Amazing.
11 total.
Yeah, it's just with
But that's
disadvantage. So yeah.
That's
so,
a- oh,
yeah.
that disadvantage
Oh, wow.
anyway?
So you could roll lower.
8 was my disadvantage. Man, I wish I would have gotten the 17.
No, mine was a 5 and a 7.
Okay,
so
now
I-
we're gonna leave this group over here. Nice.
11.
We're still.
You're here at the fire
Mhm.
and you're
Mulligan
muttering and you're
before
doing
it's
and
Listen,
Lanky.
She wrote a song.
eventually makes his way down off of wherever he was up on the ruins and he's kind of big and corpulent. How did he get up there? But door. He comes down and he sits at the fire next to you and he
Kind of moves in. As you see all of this milieu with people handing out bowls and chatting, and all of your people, they're watching the newcomers pretty closely because they're curious. You know, you guys are kind of different than the typical, farmhand and stuff. But Lincoln leans up and he says, I can't hear you guys. But there's traps.
Oh, eyes is muted. Eyes needs to be unmuted.
Oh.
There we go. The door, but no way in. When most doors are locked, all they need is a key.
Indeed. This one's so old though, knows the key even exists. And so close, there's gotta be a way to find this. I mean, it's a library, you think people would want them to go there. But
There's no reason I would think that anybody in this party would have any information for me, is there?
oh no, well, they can bring them for a reason. We don't know what the reason is yet. Use them. In fact, we haven't all traded ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have their information. They're coming from north more where the green light was. Maybe they got some information about that. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? But maybe.
Are any of them by the fire with me, or are they all near the wagon?
Penny's right there with you. The rest are in the by the wagon.
I asked.
Then you can see.
I asked Penny. Did you and your compatriots see the source of the green light? Do you have any information about that?
Whoa! Wow. Okay. She doesn't talk.
I think that I might have asked the wrong person.
I think I might have asked the wrong person here.
Roll me an insight check.
Sure.
Blank stare, blank stare.
15.
She knows something. She's just not hiding it. She's just not telling you.
16
Yeah.
with my bonus.
So she knows what you said,
Mm-hmm.
but she's looking at it with these big, kind of scared eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly there's something there.
Do I have
She's not talking.
any food on me?
Well, there's yes, you do. You have trail rations with you.
Mm-hmm. I hold out a handful of trail rations. See if
So you have biscuits. It's biscuits.
Yes, I do have gravy.
She just had bowls for stew.
I'm sure she's always hungry.
She's been starved for like
I-
millennia.
I take the biscuits.
I pull him back right before she could take him, and I go, "The green light in the sky. You know what I'm talking about." And I kind of like flash the treats a little bit. And I'm like, I know you want this. You have something I want.
Check to see if I can get him from them. I'm gonna do a sleight of hand to see if I can sneak that shit.
Okay.
Well, not sneak. I'm just gonna try to steal. Natural 20!
Oh.
Damn.
23! Give me those
so
biscuits.
fast. It was just like, and they were gone.
Damn.
In my mouth.
And in your mouth instantly. Now she's pretty emaciated, so you can kind of understand it, but still, wow, that was really sick.
Those were valuable snacks.
Everybody's a little food driven in their lives.
So she's just the only one with me by the fire. No one else is.
Yeah, the others are over by the wagon.
Okay.
Or at least that you can see. You can't see where it crosses.
Gotcha.
You can keep trying.
Yeah, I'll keep trying. I'd say that was good, wasn't it? And I take another handful from my rations, and I'm like, "There's more where that came from."
It looks like the component froze in like,
I'm like, more snacks? How about that green light, huh?
You're gonna roll an insight check.
I know Klaus is getting straight for the. Does he see this happening?
yeah, we're kind of doing two sets of things, so this is kind of happening at the same time that you were talking to Big Mouth.
So I got a 19 for an insight check to see if there's anything else that he's trying to get from me.
Yeah, it's clear that he doesn't know
Okay.
what the light is,
Okay.
and which, that could be bad.
Okay. So he doesn't know what the light is. He really doesn't know how it happened, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the necromancer's name? Not necromancer, the wizard's name.
The one the Miscula.
Miscula.
Gary Miscula.
Miscula. Spell. Bad.
Do these words mean anything to me?
Yeah, well, you know who Miscula is. This
Right,
is his
yeah.
lands.
Uh-huh.
He's the Alcon. He's the second most powerful Alcon.
Are you saying Miscula did this? He's capable of such magic?
And he just starts like any energy or like that alertness that she had kind of goes away and she curls up. Starts like playing with the dirt. There's a stick. She'll grab it and start like drawing on the ground, maybe chewing on it.
I feel like I need to talk to somebody who can talk back to me a little bit better. I look for the least drunk of my new companions.
This would be the cleric. It's over. I'm actually sitting on the wagon, kind of doing this.
We stumble out.
There's
I'm not even drunk.
the dark-haired human woman
Mhm.
that's over. That she was driving the wagon, and now she's standing beside the wagon, just shaking her head because she kind of seems like she's not quite sure what to do with these guys.
I pull her aside and try to investigate. I guess would that be persuade?
It can be persuade, it can be insight, or you can just ask and see what you get, and then produce. Because when you're to get an insight, she has to have done or said something, which she hasn't done yet. So
Right.
you want to do that first.
Yeah, I would just ask her what's the deal with this component person that you're carrying around, and I tried to ask her about the green light, and she clearly knew something that she wasn't telling me.
What did she say?
She said nothing. She just ate my snacks and kind of muttered around a little bit.
Nothing has ever been more Penny.
She loves
She just
snacks.
took my snack.
Yeah, she was very quick about it.
Honestly, I don't know. We've been moving so fast since trying to run from the death that the green light brings.
The green light brings death, you say? She muttered the name Miscula. Do they have something to do with this?
She muttered the name Miscula in connection to what?
When I asked about the green flash.
Now I want to roll a perception check. Right? Insight?
And if the insight, if you're trying to figure out if it's giving you all of this information.
Yeah. 8. Insight is +5. That's 13.
Yeah, no, it's just what you're getting from him is what you're getting from him.
Yeah. Did she say that Miscula created the green light?
She just, all I got was that name when I asked about the green light. Do you know of some connection?
I don't. I know that it came from that direction. From the direction.
Huh.
And we've honestly been running so fast that I have not been able to take.
Well, I'm obviously able to help you. I was able to help you find your way through a seemingly impassable bog. I've provided you with safe shelter and food for you and your friends.
Now I want to roll an insight check. I really want to know if that's alive.
Okay.
6. +5, 21. Nice.
Okay. You can choose to roll a deception check if you're deceiving, but if you're telling the truth, she would get that from that roll.
I believe I am telling the truth.
Okay. He lives inside you.
Right.
You know, you as well armed and armored as you are, you're still outnumbered here with me and my friends.
And as well armed and armored as we are, we're still underinformed.
Mm-hmm. You're strangers in a strange and dangerous land.
Yep. So
Admittedly, not in a position to be making demands or compromises. But that being said, I think we all want the same thing here. We're no friends of the Alchemages, and I need your help to seek what we seek in these ruins. We seek an ancient library, and we found the location, but we can't pass this door.
And do you think it's magic that you're requiring?
Either magic or some sort of magical item, a key or something.
Cross. As you approach the wagon, you're hearing this.
Over the screams of us singing? Wow.
So as I approach the wagon, I'm hearing them talking about the door and the key.
Yep. And he's asking you about the green lights, so he doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know that it kills people.
Cross takes this information, Cross takes this information and chooses to continue upon his trying to get to the cart.
Dexterity checks to see which of us is faster.
What's your dexterity?
Or are we doing athletic, or is it a?
It's just a straight out dexterity check to see who gets there first. Oh my god!
Cross always wins these.
I mean, a 13 plus 9, so it's a 22.
She rolled a 2. She's also listening to what he said and was like, "Wait, what?"
And Cross is just like,
"Make it to the door first."
Cross literally grabs Orkelia. Yeah. And grabs Orkelia like as she's singing and just pulls her like as seriously and close as he can. Big Hell's trying to take the components out. Since you're the one who seems to freaking care so much, I thought you'd like to know. Seemingly Cross just like grabs her out, like a hand comes out of the darkness and just pulls her in.
Pull it to the doorway.
While he's doing this, can I like pick a pocket your boss?
You can try.
Out of the wagon to do that.
Wait, but he just came into the wagon.
Yeah.
Oh, lean into the wagon and grabbed her and pulled her out.
So I can't.
As
just,
she
like,
was singing, so it was just
I
like.
can't just like swing out of the wagon.
You can
like
try.
You can try.
What would I have to roll?
You would have to roll me a, let's see, sleight of hand check.
And then against my perception.
Mhm.
Oh. Wait, what's my sleight of hand? I gotta see. My sleight of hand is only plus 4.
14 plus 6.
About this very
So I have to roll over
same
20?
gauge in
Yes.
Arcana. All of a sudden, Cross comes just appears.
16?
Leans into the wagon.
Plus
grabs
4, 20
Ophelia,
exactly.
Pulls her towards him and shouts. So make a perception check to see if you heard what he shouted.
I didn't really shout. I was just like
16.
whispering
Yeah,
angrily
well, that's why
at
you have
her.
to roll a
Okay.
perception check.
16.
Otherwise, okay. You know that he said something about
Uh-huh.
care so much. That's the part you got.
Uh-huh. Okay.
17.
17. You got a little bit more.
You may also-
something about the components.
You probably hear Orkelia too, just like, why are we mad? What's going on? Why is everybody angry? Like, because she's very loud.
That piques my curiosity. Because all I've seen is this component. I ask, you mean to tell me that you're traveling with more than just this component?
Turn the camera back on when you're talking, just when you're not listening.
Okay.
I have a question, just that well, never mind. My question is probably to, like, I know that Big Hell was our connection with opponents, and you know each other, so I assume you would have known that.
Yeah.
But we're just
They
meeting
haven't
up
had a
with them
chance
first
to.
time.
You haven't seen them talking really yet. Okay. And then, big guy. Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Wait, everybody, is this before or after?
You're also drunk, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, do
So
I
it'd be a
get
different-
just
yeah,
cross
it'd be
out?
a different-
Just kidding.
Okay, so
I
that
could do-
Aramiel and Orkelia need to roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Yep. Okay.
Altana.
5 is gonna be my
and
worst.
I
4 is
need to roll me a perception check.
I rolled a 5 and
Just
then a
one
4.
more. Oh, man.
Low.
Real bad.
I mean,
But
it
makes
better.
sense.
Gotta believe in her.
Huh?
Well,
Okay.
I'm Ramiel's drunk.
I'm just
This
saying.
is
Gotta believe in the dice.
Uh-huh.
I did,
solid
but
nine.
when I succeeded at doing some like spinny pickpockety thing to you, but I was too.
But now you're drunk.
All right, so did you roll a perception?
Actually, yeah, now with the,
disadvantage.
yeah, I rolled a nat 4,
Great. Plus your perception bonus.
so it's nat 7.
Okay. And what'd you roll, Fox?
I mean,
Wait, I have to roll
not nat
perception
7,
as well?
37.
For what?
You'll see if
Oh.
you perceive it.
14.
Ooh, we all got right in that little,
Yeah.
not
Well, they
nothing,
got
but
this.
not much range.
It's not awful.
Okay. So you're standing in the doorway like this, and just as Bikel climbs in past you and picks up the chain of the components at the back there and starts pulling them towards the door.
Cross then like spins Orkelia around and like puts her in the proverbial
Doorway?
in the
Yeah.
doorway, like do your thing, woman.
Cross is being real sexist this day.
You're like the mother, like don't touch my babies.
You smacked me earlier. You're grabbing me by the throat. Do your job, woman. God.
I grabbed
Get
you
in
by
the
the
kitchen.
shirt.
This is not a really cohesive party.
Hey, Cross just knows that like if anyone's gonna
Everyone's
like
gonna protect
make
you.
the biggest stink about the
Yeah.
things being, plus he also needs support, but he knows not Randall's gonna be like, what do you want me to do?
So with that, even though Achilles like, excuse me, we're gonna have a talk later. She does stand in the doorway, and if the wagon fabric can pull at all, she's either gonna pull it closer or she's just gonna take up as much space as her 6 foot plus. What is she, 6'5"? She's gonna take up the entire space of that doorway.
Okay.
and just kind of lean out, like leaning through the
Okay,
doorway.
you need to roll me the dexterity check to see if you do that before they can't get any of the components out.
Is that no, because he's been pulling me through that door the entire time.
Mhm. But just there's a because she just passed in past you.
How?
She climbed right past you because you were just
What
standing in the doorway. Yeah, exactly. That's what he had to roll to see if he would have any warning before she was just
Gotcha.
Get
Is
out my
this?
way.
You said this was dexterity, yes?
Yeah.
And is it also at disadvantage?
Huh?
Is it also at disadvantage or no?
Because you're
Yeah.
That's what
I'm also I'm assisting her, so does that
Yeah,
count?
so that can help. So
Well,
the disadvantage
wow,
bonuses.
both of them are 11.
Okay, can I assist?
But
What
it's
is that, like a
dexterity,
plus
right?
4 or a D4? Or is it like a D? I don't know what to add to that.
It'd
I
be
think
a
with-
D4.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, so 11, so 14.
So 14.
14 plus 2, so 16.
16.
Did I bardic inspire myself with my own songs?
You always do.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Well, you can
Choose
actually, I believe you have to choose who you actually inspire. It's
Let
not
me
just
read-
automatically
yeah.
the whole thing anymore.
I'm gonna
So you have to
read-
choose, did you do it for yourself or did you just do it for the?
It also says a creature other than yourself. So
Oh, okay.
Can inspire yourself.
I can't,
Okay.
because I'm inspiring in my own right. Anyway, so 16.
Okay, so she manages to get the last elf, because the 2 elves were at the end, the 3 elves, but now 2 elves, partway out, and the elf smells the food, and this like steps part of the rest of the way out, and then you were like,
so
stop.
Can I shove the elf back? Because I'm also trying to
Right,
prevent it.
exactly. So the elf is just, it's not out, it's just
Right.
going out.
So here's how I'm picturing it. Like my whole body's in the door, like leaning through it,
and then I
kind of
feel
kind of
an
an elf at my side, and then
down,
go down,
and
and
like
like
gently
gently
come
tug
back,
back, and then
just
just turn around and block from the other
way.
way.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
If you wanted to drink, you could have Oh, I mean, they definitely have way more warmth in here than they're ever gonna have outside. What the hell are you doing in here?
I'm taking my phone.
Oh, no. There is no taking of anything from the wagon that doesn't belong to you.
They do belong.
No.
Magic says.
Oh, fuck your magic.
All right.
That's a
Throwing down.
that's a
Yeah.
big old punch.
Oh.
That's a big old punch in the face.
Wait, who are you? We're running?
Hell, I'm hitting hell. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, because this isn't her wagon.
This is not her wagon, and she has said multiple times that she owns these things, which puts yeah.
Whoa.
Arabia,
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
fighting.
Yeah, wait, can I
Yeah, we're brawling. We're brawling.
You turn my camera on for this. Jesus,
Okay,
I'm drunk.
rolling.
Can I also roll? I'm drunk in the thing. I heard this thing.
All right. Well,
19.
luckily,
I got 15 total.
Okay.
yeah, my initiative's low, so that's a 12.
You only got +4.
Big Hell has a 16.
But yeah, you're just out, so you can help us in the brawl too,
Yeah,
right?
no, I rolled a 26.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Can you just like grab her by the ankles and pull her?
Well, I'm behind you. I'm outside of the wagon.
But that's what I mean. Grab her ankles, just reach. You grabbed me.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
grab her.
Oh, I see him pull her.
Reach
Yeah.
past her and try
Yeah.
and grab me. That would be a trick, but you could probably try.
I think it'd be pretty funny.
I mean, if you remember your trick
There's also
shot.
somebody. I also probably noticed that people would, if they're looking at the wagon, would notice me doing anything substantial. So I have.
I mean,
else is halfway out of the
You
wagon.
Yeah.
no. Well, I push her
Yeah.
back.
But that's you push it back in, but it's still right there.
But is the
Unless you
discourse
like
worth
shoved it really
distrust?
hard. and
Like we
knocked
don't
it
No, it's
distrust
like
these
a-
people
like a-
yet. We just don't trust them
Yeah.
either. They're like neutral.
Exactly.
So is the
So it's
is
just
the
barely
risk
inside
of
and it
distrusting
wants
them
it
worth
smells food.
not
And they're
doing something that
hungry.
would be seen?
And
Yeah,
so
that would make
it's
you
not
see
like retreating into the back of the wagon.
I will see them soon.
like the potential distrust is it worth not being seen for across.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
What?
This is
We
process
we
initiative.
we started to get like
I know.
She's just
loud.
talking.
What's
to
the
do.
best thing to do?
You heard Big Hell's
Take a dagger
voice
and slice at her
at the
ankles.
back of the wagon there, and
Cut her Achilles heel.
raised raised voices like there's might be going to be an altercation.
I go investigate.
So Kraus takes
You
out
only
his.
roll initiative then too.
Okay, we'll see.
18.
He's not going to beat your 26.
So I'm going
But also
to
you're right there, so this would be the
Yeah.
to my turn.
I'm gonna pull out my rope and attempt to lasso her feet.
Okay, so
Big
pulling at her
house?
up and
Yeah.
trying to wrestle her through the doorway past Orkilia and the elf.
Yep.
All right, disadvantage.
She's like, oh, I rolled 20 twice.
Oh no!
What would that be? Is that an attack or is that like a sleight of hand?
And
Or an
that's well, 'cause
acrobatics check,
this is
I don't
an
know.
attack. Right now it's an attack. It's a grapple attack.
So 13 and 17.
Okay.
So and it's just would it
So I'm looking on your
Is it
where's the
unarmed?
grapple stuff.
I mean, a rope?
because
A rope
I'd
would-
be proficient in it. So as long as I'm proficient, it's a +9. So that's a
Right.
22. A rope or a lasso would be like a simple weapon.
Right.
So it's a 22.
Yeah. So 22. That would hit.
And so he's gonna he throws it in, and then he's gonna just pull it while turning around, kind of tugging the rope holding the rope behind him to look at the because hope
Okay. To
but
do that,
the
roll
way
an opposing strength check.
okay the way I'm if this does work, the way I'm planning this is that he like pulls it like the curtains close and he's just standing there like nothing's happening, like nothing happened.
The wagon shakes and like what? What?
Did you do that? I didn't do that.
Earthquake. Don't worry about it.
So 11.
Okay.
Well, she ain't falling down.
She doesn't fall down. You get her legs, though, which is really impressive. And she looks at you a little surprised that, a little cross could actually do something like that and stuff. And then she just braces her 8-foot self and she doesn't go anywhere.
She doesn't go anywhere, but now her feet are together. So.
Mm-hmm.
And he still turns around. I'm still imagining the curtains closing. So.
You still got part of it.
I still got part of it. She's just not prone.
Right.
All right.
So she's trying to pull the
Bring the
components
components out of the wagon.
and you guys are trying to keep the components in the wagon.
Yes.
And I'm still
I don't-
standing here because I had originally come over and said,
Yeah.
maybe
That many
we can keep
that many
it there.
components has never been seen,
Uh-huh.
and I don't trust these people enough to let them know that we have a cart full
Yeah.
of
And so you
components.
can, you're right there too. If you want to do stuff, you can also go on the show. Huh?
Can I see any of this?
It's actually having been a bit of noise over there. You can't really see what's going on because it's the back of the wagon, but you can hear stuff.
Initiative, I have 11 initiative.
What are you doing, Daddy?
Is she on the outside?
Huh?
Do I need to open the door?
What's initiative? That might be
You
what she
roll
wants.
it and you have plus 0.
Oh, okay. 11.
Okay.
Thanks.
So Big Hell is next. And she's going to turn to you and say, "You really sure you want to fight in here and hurt some of these folk?" Right, quarters.
Good luck.
It's 6 seconds. I can't respond yet.
I know.
I have a plan.
But that's what she says. And she literally picks up another one of the components.
What a bitch.
The little cobalt, which is at the front, who's in the back of the wagon now. And she says,
Not my cobalt friend.
"You really sure this is what you want to do? You want to put them at risk?" And she picks up the other goblin now. Because those are the ones that she's been carrying off and on when they were running. It was those two.
Where's Eyes right now? Where
He's
is
right next to you. He's talking to you.
Okay.
And stuff. And so that's what you hear is Big Hell's voice say,
all right,
"You really want to do this? You want to really put them at risk?" She doesn't attack you guys.
Right. And so I want to ask
Karen, turn
Eyes.
your camera on.
Thank you.
Your sound also needs to be on.
Both of them, right. So I want to ask Eyes. She's your friend. Is this, do I trust her? We have components in the cart that we got from her. I trust him. I've been through this. I've been through this. There are components in the cart. She wants to bring them out. Are we safe?
How many components do you have? This?
I don't know.
You don't know.
More than one.
I investigate the car.
Okay. So all of a sudden, Eyes comes around the back on your initiative. Not until then. What was your initiative again?
It was like 16.
Okay. So
Okay, stop it. Leave him alone.
So I think you're actually next. Because Orkelia's, your initiative was 12 and his was similar.
16, I think. What was your initiative?
4?
4.
It's way lower.
Not great. It was
All right,
plus 1.
so you get to go next.
So yeah, I peek behind the curtains of this wagon and see how many.
If you want to pass the wagon, you got to take an attack of opportunity from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eyes just, because
Or- yeah.
Altana, you just heard speak, Eyes leans over and looks inside the back of the wagon.
Oh no, he doesn't even get that far.
Yeah.
He's not
Okay.
like. I mean, like, I'm trying to stop him, so he has to like.
Okay. So you become distracted from Big Hell for the moment. You can do an attack of opportunity as he passes within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I'm just attempting to grab him so that he can't do that or get in front of him or something. Like I'm trying to stop him in some form or fashion.
Okay.
And everyone, sorry, from now on, just unmute yourself because we're all on our own and we can't.
Yeah.
We should just be unmuted the whole time.
Okay. 21.
Unmute.
It'll be
21.
I get.
What is your armor class?
None.
No
No armor.
I am transparent.
12.
Oh,
Okay.
It's so fun, right? The page.
Okay. So what do you do?
If he tries to go past me, I literally grab him and pull in front. Or if he's literally walking towards me, because I pulled the rope, even though I didn't knock her down, I pulled it and turned around to kind of like watch to make sure if anybody was coming at the wagon.
Also,
And so if I see him, I'm literally just grab him as if he's trying to go by and be like, "What do you think you're doing?"
Okay.
quickly evade you.
When you don't. Because I hit you, so I do grab you.
Okay, that's what I attempted to do.
Nobody engages. This is what, if you walk during, see, you don't even know it's combat, that's part of the problem.
For you, and if you walk 5 feet away from somebody who is your opponent, which you also.
No, he's trying to pass me.
Right, but that's if you're within 5 feet, and they can do, and you're passing through their square and out the other side, they get an attack of opportunity, which means they can do something while you're going right next to them. Through them, you can use that if you're in combat with somebody and they decide they want to run away. If they only step 5 feet, you can't get the attack, but if you're like continue moving, then they can get the attack. So what he's done is he's just stopped and put a hand on your shoulder and said, "What are you doing?" Okay, so you're only going to move action. You have an action less.
Okay,
You can pass
I
a
don't.
spell, you could draw a weapon, you could.
I don't need to move. I'll just talk.
Okay.
Look,
That's good.
yeah, I address him and say, look, I know that you've got components in this thing. I need to know how many. Not only have you put me and my camp at risk by bringing in stolen property of the alchemages, but as I think you've seen yourself, these things carry magical properties that we don't fully understand.
I'm sorry, I need to interrupt because you saw all of those components. You helped us put them,
Yeah, you've
put them
actually seen
in,
them.
Oh, I
in
did.
the wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, never
So
mind.
I'd love to have that scene, but
Sorry.
that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, we could back up to where I say to you, I need to know if it's safe, because what I'm really asking you about is your relationship with Big.
Well, if he's he can still walk up to investigate the wagon, like what's going on over
Right.
here? Like, what are you? Like, what's the commotion?
And what I'm asking you is it
Yeah.
safe for?
So I say let's wind back
these components to come out.
and then, yeah, so you could have, is it safe for them to come out?
Is it safe for them to come out?
And then, you're hearing that there's an altercation back there, do you still go back there, or, because you do know how many components, are there, you've seen them exactly. Which people haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Right.
I just go investigate what the commotion is.
Okay, and then that's Cross, who's standing right in the doorway. So as you get right to the doorway, Cross puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Now you can roll me a perception check for your action if you want to see what's going on inside. You can, as I said, cast a spell. You can draw a weapon.
Use your words.
Or use your words.
Mm-hmm.
There's no options.
Yeah, I'll just use my words. I'm not your enemy. If it weren't for me, you guys would be lost in this bog in the first place. So let me know what's going on.
Well, your friend, Big Hell, is trying to bring the components out, which I don't think is the best idea, seeing as that most people have never seen one in their damn lives. It's not something I think I want. There's like eight components walking around a camp with people who've never seen one. They should stay in the cart.
That makes total sense to me. I try and talk some sense into Big Hell. We're like, this isn't the time for a comparison of blade size. Put it away.
Big Hell, you hear her voice from inside, and she says, "You know they need to see him. They need to see why this is so important."
I agree, but not here.
This is the only year we got. We might all die tomorrow, especially if you get that door open.
Fine. I agree with that. I turn back to him and say, look, my people have been fighting the same fight as you have, and they don't even know why they're fighting and what they're fighting for. Give them that.
Well, that's fine. And good on you. But she's hiding something and she doesn't want to tell me, and I don't trust people who don't want to tell me things. So unless she tells me what else she plans to do, I'm not letting anything out of that cart.
I'll tell you something, Cross. One day in the future, I'm going to cut your head off and I'm going to fuck it.
Wow.
No.
But until that day, I'll listen to eyes, not you. That's the voice that you get from inside.
Wait.
Shit.
Cross's like head kind of just does it.
Because I pictured this being the same 6 seconds that she was talking to me, so she wouldn't be able to respond to them. She's locked in a conversation with me.
True, you're right. Okay, so you said your thing to Big Hell. Next initiative is Orphelia.
I only said that because of the next thing that I need to do.
Right.
Which is, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. You are. And you want to leave everyone alone. Make a wisdom save.
Okay, is that which one?
Command.
Command.
Nice.
That has to be one word, I believe.
Nope, 1 to 2 sentences.
Really now?
You want to leave everyone
nice.
alone.
That's so much better than what was before.
I mean, I could also just say, go.
All right. So that would be 19.
Yeah, no, that beats that wisdom save. So she was
Actually, no, I take that back. Oh, I really can't read it. I think it's a 16.
What's your wisdom save?
Was 5. Okay, so that was a 16.
Maybe 16?
Yeah. That helps a lot, right? The print is so damn small.
Doesn't beat it.
Okay.
Doesn't beat it. She's got to go.
Okay.
You want to leave everyone alone.
Yeah, I really do. You all smell bad and you're drunk. And she actually drops the thing and walks on out of the table.
I am the champion of the world.
Power of Orphelia.
And that, unless somebody else wants to do something,
Man, that's Randy's suggestion, but
Well, since Cross never heard her say that she was going to cut off his head and fuck it, then he doesn't do anything.
It's like a really good time.
Since that never happened.
But for some reason, he feels.
For some reason, as she walks by, or Cross has this weird voice in the back of his head telling him that he just needs to just kick her right in the fucking gut. Like,
All right, and that
crotch shot
is where we are going to end the game today.
Oh, awesome!
We've got together. We've had some heated emotions. You should have seen them when they got together. Oh my God. Heated emotions.
This does mean you'll probably have to play with this next week if you're available.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. I have a work meeting in 1 minute. I was about to like
Amazing.
You're like,
jump out of the room.
Yeah, good talk to you next week.
Is a work meeting starting at 4:20?
Work meeting.
Oh, no, they.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. Hopefully I didn't fuck up the sound too badly. I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience with all of our shit.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. It's been great. Hope you all have next week. And I got to tell an orc to fuck right out.
And she enjoyed every second
Each
of it.
week we're getting a little better. We're still not okay.
We'll be back on Zoom again.
People. Oh, bummer. People. All right. Hey, man. It's a great challenge for us to figure this out. I mean, and the location here might.
Not yet.
Hold on. Wait till she stops swimming.
I just left.
But she has to stop swimming anyway.
Stop.
Because she'll still hear.
Yes. Stop. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to. No, I get it. It's